Hard to believe a meteorological winter comes to a close on Tuesday and meteorological spring begins on Wednesday. Let's take a look at the forecast from our Fox model for the next 10 or 11 days. It's a roller coaster ride of temperatures. Today we made it to the 50s, and like many days in February, it felt more like March certainly than it did February. And we've got temperatures falling to 48 degrees on Tuesday, still above average. For that first day of meteorological spring on Wednesday, it'll feel like spring with a high of 54. There are a couple of colder days to point out. This upcoming Friday, our highs drop back into the upper 30s, right around 40 Thursday and Saturday. Look at that big warm-up early next week. 60 maybe on Monday. And here comes some colder weather towards the middle of next week. Could this signal the beginning of a colder pattern coming for Chicago? Well, it could. We're looking at highs in the low to mid-30s Tuesday and Thursday. And in the middle of that, at 38 on Wednesday, it'll be just a couple degrees below average, which is in the low 40s for this time of the year. I'm going to look at some of the longer range forecasts to see if this colder pattern really is coming. And the long range forecasts tend to support that notion for sure. Now, this is the 6 to 10 day outlook for March 5th through March 9th. It actually has most of us forecast to be near normal, so no sign of a real cold pattern here yet, but keep in mind this is going to change. This is from March 5th through March 9th. Our southern suburbs are actually forecast to be leaning above normal, but what I want to point out is the area out west, and I call this big blob of blue. Anywhere you see a shade of blue, that's an area forecast in our country to be below average overall. The darker the blue, the higher the probability you'll be below average. Watch what happens as we extend this to the 8 to 14 day outlook, March 7th through the 13th, so the second week of March. We are in the blue. We are forecast to be leaning below average for this period. And on my blog, you'll see as you look through the 3 to 4 week outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, an even stronger signal, about a 70% chance for the middle part of March that we're going to be below average overall. Now, if you've enjoyed this warm weather towards the end of winter, especially February, we're trending about 5 degrees above average. I've got bad news. If you're a snow lover, I've got good news because all this cold weather that could be coming, this colder change coming during the middle of the month, certainly could support some snow around here. Now, I'm going to show the long-range GFS model forecast, total snowfall accumulation, but keep in mind, these numbers certainly not written in stone. This will change, so we'll have to wait and see, but it does kind of support this idea that with this colder air comes the risk for some snow. At least it's more likely to see some snow. We've got the cold enough air to support it for sure. So as I run this out through Friday, watch these numbers really blossom Friday into Saturday and squeezing out almost a foot of snow across areas south of the city, northern Indiana, even in the far southern reaches of Cook County, and about 6 inches or so or a little bit more in the city. Again, these numbers could change, but again, we could be looking at the possibility of more snow along with this colder pattern. So if you're a snow lover, keep your fingers and all your toes crossed.